Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So this video is about DARPA and the technologies they've created, right? They created the internet in a sense as a project that they undertook, ended up causing the internet to come into being. They created self-driving cars, stealth technology. Okay, these guys tend to get the job done. So when they started looking into remote brain hacking, right? They didn't want to have to do surgery to put people under mind control, right? They wanted to be able to do it without surgery. And obviously, when you look at the military applications, a little kid should be able to tell you that they want to be able to hack your brain remotely. There are all kinds of military applications. But first and foremost, when you look at what wars are these days, right? It's just a bunch of war profiteering. Afghanistan, Iraq, I mean, even World War II, in a sense, was about war profiteering, and that's a long story for another day. But certainly most people acknowledge, Hitler sought to profit from taking over the world, as the stated argument, right? So it was about war profiteering. So why are they trying to profit? Because they're trying to control more things, right? And they want to control the things they have already to a higher degree. Okay, these people believe in kind of Greek societies, and Greek societies were like Roman societies, where like feudal Europe, there were feudal systems, there were slave systems. One estimate when I was younger that I heard was that 50% of the people in Greece were slaves, or at least servants of some kind, but mostly slaves. I've heard estimates in Rome of 20%. In recent years, they've lowered those estimates in an attempt to confuse you. Last time I checked, at least. Maybe they raised them back up, after that. So what is DARPA? Right? What is their purpose? Once you look at the purpose of DARPA and the wordplay, right? Red P, dare P, right? They dare like the daredevil. They dare to rebel, and it's stupid. There's a huge difference between being courageous and having some complex and being stupid. And the military-industrial complex is a long history of being dumber than fucking shit. And to be fair, that includes every country in the world. There isn't a military on this planet that you can honestly say has a sound argument for their life plan, for defending their country, what have you. They're just bringing in the New World Order. They stabbed you in the back, what have you. Even if you look at Republicans, who are seen as the more patriotic party, perhaps, they argue that globalists control the country. And on the far right, they might say Zionists, they might say globalists, they might say radical communists, but they argue that the country has sold them out with no logical and fair and truly constitutional plan to correct that. What is then, what is the military, including the right wing? They're just corrupt cannon fodder for war profiteers. No offense to them. This has to be said. The truth will set you free. People kissing your ass and waving a flag, saying, I support my troops. They're not doing you any favors. Okay, if you're a porn star and people are like, I support porn stars, and are they doing you a favor? No. There's countless people who say they regret being a porn star. Now, I'm not trying to slow down military recruitment. I don't care one way or another, in a sense at least, because I don't plan to have children. I don't think I'm going to live very long. There's a lot of reasons why, I don't care so much if you join the military or not. Okay? In a sense, I do, because everyone should be rallying to me, and we should be changing this country and make it so the military actually has something worthwhile to fight for, and not a corrupt country that stabs everyone in the back, including and perhaps especially the military. But let's get into what the word DARPA means. So DARPA stands for the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Now, what are they trying to defend, right? The word defense has the word fence in it. Right? They're upholding white, Jewish, and LGBT global supremacy, obviously. And one thing the person brought up in the video is he said it might have a sensor on your brain. Now, if you're the government and you're trying to do mind control to people, would you say, hey, everyone, put on this sensor on your forehead so we can hack your fucking brain and determine who you date and what you buy and so on and so forth? And fuck all that. They're not going to do that. That was never, ever, ever, not even for a moment, the plan. You think people who came up with self-driving cars didn't say, we need a way to remotely and covertly hack them? Just like in MK Ultra, they wanted to find a pill and various techniques for covert mind control so people wouldn't notice, so they would not be aware. So when the government stays 20 years ahead of the general public, and they have this super secret research project going, you think they're going to tell you, hey, we've got there, we're there right now. We can hack your brain remotely, pal, watch out. If I were you, I'd be very careful. We're hacking brains. They're not going to say that. And so they are doing that, and they aren't admitting that. Who the fuck would have thought? But there's countless people who notice things that are strange, as you would expect, who are saying, hey, they're like hacking our brains. They're zapping our brains. Voice to skull. Directed energy weapons. And you have various examples of cheaper versions of what they're doing that are out there. Just like with AI, the government uses AI, the public uses AI. The deep state, if you will, uses, gang stalking technology. The local police departments use some version of directed energy weapons at times, right? And crowd control weapons and devices and instruments and mechanisms. Okay, that are a cheaper version of what the James Bond motherfuckers have. You see what I'm saying? So on the screen, you should see somebody with some kind of gear, some kind of technology over their eyes of all places. Remember, they messed up my eyes. And they're causing this hand to be moved in a way that's consistent with the hand. I urge you all to watch the video. Okay, I'll put the title in the comments. And obviously that is one of the applications that they're looking for. Okay, and you can imagine these people aren't very happy that I'm explaining it this way, because it shows that I'm not controlled by them. To some degree, they don't care if you put all this together to a T, as long as you do what you're fucking told, right? I mean, these are control freaks. It's like Hitler saying to his troops, he doesn't care, that he's concerned that he's an occultist. No, he's like, I don't give a shit about that. Do what the fuck I say. That's totalitarianism. That's tyranny. It's the nature of it. Some of their secrets they don't want you to know, but these things, they don't care. They want you to be afraid. They want you to fear the devil instead of fearing God. It's how the devil tempts you. He uses, as they say in Mexico, what is it, silver or lead, right? So either the devil can hurt you or something, or he's going to give you money. And don't be some bitch-made, namby-pamby pushover, some controlled opposition worm. And there's layers of controlled opposition. Some of them are clear and clear-cut. They're like, hi, I'm a controlled opposition mega church, hi. And we're here to save you from this evil world. And some of them are more subtle than that. Your local church, your local group, your family members, your friends. Don't be some kind of bitch-made, namby-pamby, pushover, punk-ass, motherfucking, sissy-made pansy. Pan means all for all the Greco-Roman deities, because it's the mark of the betas. Every last one of them, Zeus, Mars, you name it. They're all betas. They're pushovers. They said they're going to play a game where they're important instead of living in reality like a man. It's like a little kid, like Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. They're like, we're pirates. Oh, it's some bitch-ass shit. Now let's get back into this DARPA thing, because I want to make sure you people understand how I feel about it. That's part of this. It's also part of what separates me from other people. They operate within the boundaries of, being a scientist or white supremacy, Jewish, LGBT, token minority, thug with no higher cause, conspiracy theorist with disinfo, where I tell you the truth and I expose the rest of the world for not standing with me, for being evil, what have you. No offense to anybody, but the truth does set you free. Better is open rebuke than love that is concealed. So it's in America's Book of Secrets. DARPA's Secret Mind Control is the title. Is by the History Channel or something like this, right? It'll be in the comments. You see this other picture, right, where this guy, he has some kind of sensor on his head. This is just what they're showing the public, mind you. And he's flying a drone. Now, are drones used in war? You betcha. Ukraine, Israel, Hamas, terrorists use drones even. You think the government with its massive military budget is trying to one-up them? You betcha. Now, again, I'm not saying anything that, Iran doesn't know already or whatever. They probably share a lot more technology with them than you think. Okay, because war is a racket. A controlled opposition racket, just like politics in general. The theater of war. The Greek theater. A bunch of guys used to dress up like females. Holding each other's dick in the woods, so to speak. So why would they come up with this technology? Just to fight a war and make money? They can make money selling pharmaceuticals. The fuck they need war for? Because they're trying to control the types of people that live on this planet. Social engineering. gay, just like the Nazis talked about death rates and kill rates, and it was England and America that gave the Nazis the idea for eugenics. Hitler wrote these people and praised them. He said, you guys are fucking brilliant. Yeah, let's do that here in Germany. And it's fucking retarded. Can you imagine being proud of your race after that? Look, we do bitch shit behind the scenes and say we're superior. That's fucking retarded. Like, I have a fancy degree in a system that was made by white people for white people while we're sabotaging other people to keep them from getting this fancy degree unless they're a token minority who's a crypto white person or something. It's a bitch-ass fucking shit. If that's not enough to make it so you see why I'm angry and how it's the logical response, when DARPA launched Project Pandora, was there human experimentation? I wonder. It was the effects of radiation, right? Microwave weapons, microwave radiation, low levels, supposedly, on human beings. And motherfuckers look like they got hit by a nuclear bomb or something. You know, they're in Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Magically, it has nothing to do with them experimenting on people. Illegal as fucking shit. And why? For your war games? For your mind control? For your sexual control? So you're persecuting the top martial artist ever? The person who is basically the idea that Jesus is superimposed. I mean, in fact, I am that idea. There's no other way to look at it. There's no other rational, insane, and logical way. Just weird fairy theories. For your stupid war games with your other family members who govern the other nations. Right, that's dumber than fucking shit. So you can have a magic wand, you know, a G-string and roller skates on and talk about how you have the true psychological power that you call spiritual power. Psychology does not make one the top martial artist ever. Reality does. It does not make one make one powerful. That's why it's called power, and it's supernatural, right? It's essence of natural. It's divine. Not mere technology and psychology and chemistry and coercion. These things aren't that important. They're not the point of life. When we talk about existential intelligence, only a dumbass says, hey, the point of life is to just be a scientist your whole fucking life, guys. We'll change all these churches to scientific institutions instead. That's fucking stupid. They have to explain that to people because they actually don't get it to the point where they're actually going to hell. Is rather unfortunate. And so they actually say in the video that the next step is to read the human brain remotely and write to the human brain remotely, and that this can be malicious. So why didn't the American people get together and stop them? Why didn't they get together to force the churches to tell the truth about things when countless people know that they're lying deliberately? To force them to stop being government institutions and stop lying to people as if they're not? Why didn't they get together to solve homelessness? Why didn't they get together to help people understand what a smart dating process is? Why didn't they get together to feed the hungry? Why didn't they get together to get the developed nations to take responsibility for their part in starving 9 million people to death every year? And on and on and on. Because they're not good people. You know, the planet is full of bad people. And that's part of why it's fucking retarded to reproduce. It's been that way for a long time, and you're just helping them build an evil world while some idiots use psychology to some degree and so think of it this way, or I try not to think about that. It's fucking retarded. You people can't do the right thing for the life of you. Doesn't matter if you have no kids, if you have 10 kids, 2 kids, 1 kid. Doesn't matter if you have 2 parents, 1 parent grew up in foster care. You never do the right thing, and you always come up with some stupid fucking excuse, which is no excuse at all. They are hacking people's fucking brains and getting them to be pure evil and to be complicit with pure evil, and you people keep breeding like some kind of airhead slut and some kind of dumb fucking think with his dick type of bitch. Okay, you keep popping out kids that are doing the devil's work. You don't understand life.